Tensions are rising in the Strait of Hormuz as U.S. sanctioned tankers continue to transit despite a blockade ordered by U.S. President Donald Trump. Regional powers are now pushing for talks, warning the standoff could escalate and threaten global energy shipping routes. Our Seung-jae has more.
A U.S.-sanctioned Chinese tanker has tested President Donald Trump's new blockade of the Strait of Hormuz, successfully passing through the strategic corridor on Monday. The vessel, identified as the Rich Starry, traveled through the strait into the Gulf of Oman in its second attempt, according to shipping data. The tanker, carrying roughly 250,000 barrels of methanol, flies under a Malawi flag, though authorities there say it is not officially registered. Reports indicate the ship has a Chinese crew on board. The transit comes as the United States began enforcing a naval blockade aimed at restricting Iranian oil exports. Under the policy, U.S. forces are blocking access to Iranian ports and intercepting vessels suspected of paying tolls to Tehran. A second U.S.-sanctioned Chinese tanker also passed through the strait from the opposite direction and is now in the Persian Gulf, reportedly en route to Iraq to load fuel later this week. Beijing has strongly condemned the blockade, calling it irresponsible and dangerous. China's foreign ministry warned the move could undermine an already fragile ceasefire and further threaten the safety of ships navigating one of the world's most critical energy corridors. Despite the heightened tensions, maritime traffic through the strait continues. According to U.S. officials cited by the Wall Street Journal on Tuesday, more than 20 merchant vessels, including cargo ships, container ships, and tankers, have passed through the waterway in the past 24 hours. Some ships reportedly turned off their tracking transponders in an effort to reduce the risk of potential Iranian attacks. Meanwhile, Saudi Arabia is reportedly urging Washington to halt the blockade and return to negotiations with Iran, fearing the move could trigger broader escalation. Saudi officials warned that Tehran could retaliate by targeting other vital choke points, including the Bab al-Mandab Strait, a key route for Saudi oil exports to the Red Sea. Meanwhile, diplomatic efforts are gaining momentum. Saudi Arabia, Pakistan, Egypt, and Turkey are expected to hold talks in the coming days, focused on ending the U.S.-Iran conflict and reopening the Strait of Hormuz. According to AFP on Tuesday, the foreign ministers of the four countries plan to meet on the sidelines of the Antalya Diplomacy Forum, scheduled for April 17th to 19th in Turkey. The meeting would mark their third round of discussions on broader regional issues, following a gathering in Islamabad late last month, where the Strait of Hormuz was also a central topic. Seung-jae, ArirangNews.